Our next leadership awardee tonight is a firm believer of community volunteerism as it brings and unites people together from diverse backgrounds. Her desire is for people to work towards a common goal that develops camaraderie. Moreover, she encourages civic responsibility in order to strengthen the Filipino-Canadian community. She's practiced this principle with her active involvement in various organizations. She was formerly the secretary of the Filipino-Canadian New Era Society and was also elected secretary of the Filipino Zodiac Circle Society. In 2006, she was elected vice president of Zodiac and still holds the same position to date. She also served as president of the Filipino Zodiac Circle for many years, leading officers and members in various community events like the Philippine Independence Day. Proud of her contribution to the formation of the Confederation of Filipino-Canadian Associations in 2004, she served as Secretary on CONFICA for 2 consecutive years. Our awardee was also a moving force in getting the city of Vancouver to proclaim December 26 as Rizal Day to honor the national hero of the Philippines, Dr. Jose Rizal. A program was organized by the Filipino Zodiac Circle to remember the works and sacrifices of Dr. Rizal. Finally, this is a lady whose outlook follows one key principle of value. Initiatives that benefit the community come first before any personal glory. And this is why she has inspired many volunteers to become dedicated and hardworking. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the honorable rank of community leaders, please join hands as we present the 2013 Maharlika Award for Leadership to Ms. Conchita Hippo.
Congratulations. Our next recipient of the Maharlika Award is a woman with a kind heart who has embraced and considers service to the community her vocation in life. She was among the selected few to receive this year's coveted Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal given by the Prime Minister and the Governor-General of Canada. She was also a recipient of a citation from the BC and Yukon divisions of the Canadian Red Cross Society for delivering humanitarian services to the Philippines. Until now, she continues to raise funds for victims of recent calamities, and through the YMCA Vancouver chapter, she has initiated sustainable projects to promote entrepreneurship and self-sufficiency for residents of the Visayas region and other parts of the Philippines. Our awardee was also an active director and volunteer in 1990 to 94, the Philippine Community Center Society, also a volunteer director, elected internal auditor in 2012 of the Multicultural Helping House Society, a nonprofit organization that helps newcomers of all backgrounds succeed and integrate into the Canadian society. In 2009, the Multicultural Helping House Society was awarded a $1.5 million grant from all 3 levels of government for a building expansion project to meet the growing needs for social services in the community. An MHHS director for 16 years, our awardee participated in almost all projects that enhanced community development. 2011 was the year she was recognized as one of the most outstanding Golden Jubilarians of Dumanguez High School in Iloilo. She's also been a director since the inception of the Circolo Ilongo Association. Ladies and gentlemen, we exude honor as we present the 2013 Maharlika Leadership Award to Ms. Lambania Dazalao.
Ladies and gentlemen, her passion for life is helping people, and this is why our next leadership awardee is among the most active in the Filipino-Canadian community. And listen to this. Among her most noteworthy accomplishments, one of them is that she conducted numerous homes and hospital visitations for the sick, especially seniors, with the sole objective of cheering them up. She is always a major presence in several Filipino organizations in British Columbia and was a member of the Filipino Seniors Club of British Columbia, where she served as a treasurer from the years 1998 to 2005. In 2006, she joined the Filipino-Canadian New Era Society and was elected president by acclamation. During her incumbency as president of PhilCanis, she brought the organization to a new level of awareness and conceptualized unique events and projects for the organization. She believes in the value of instilling pride and unity among its members and considers this as a way of strengthening the community in general. She has also made a huge difference in the lives of many people and has helped caregivers obtain their permanent residency status, as well as being an advocate of Philippine heritage. She requested the Vancouver City Council to proclaim the month of November as Bonifacio Day to commemorate the bravery and heroic sacrifices of the Filipino revolutionary freedom fighter and hero, Andres Bonifacio. Her proposal was granted by the Vancouver City Council on November 2010. She is today also a member of the board of the Confederation of the Filipino-Canadian Association, whose goal is to keep the community in harmony and unity. Ladies and gentlemen, surely worthy of emulation and incoming generations, the 2013 Maharlika Award for Leadership is hereby presented to Ms. Perla B. De Peralta.
Perla Peralta with definitely the biggest fan club here tonight.
And once again, congratulations to all of our Filipino Maharlikas for leadership. So ladies and gentlemen, our third batch of awardees will be the recipients of the 2013 Maharlika Awards for Community Service.
And now to expound on the value of this recognition, we'd like to call now another member of the Nomination and Selections Board, Ms. Salve Dayao.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. I noticed that some of you are not that excited. We gotta make this an exciting evening. Come on. Anyway, paglilingkod sa kapwa. If I were to define the true meaning of community service with just one word, it will be this: sacrifice. While service is a truly admirable virtue, it does not come easy without sacrificing at times yourself, your family, your resources, your talents, and sometimes even your sanity.
Thank you, Salve.
Let's make it exciting for them.
Yes, Salve. Slick dress too, Salve. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes a true commitment servant to make a difference in the lives of many people. As an active member of the Circolo Ilongo Association of BC, our next awardee is actively involved in regular fundraising activities of the organization that support many worthy initiatives. These include full university and trade scholarships for students in the provinces of the Western Visayas region of the Philippines, namely Iloilo, Negros, Capiz, Antique, Aklan, and Guimaras. She also worked for qualified Filipino Canadians whose roots go back to the Western Visayas to receive bursaries. She was also actively involved in the preparation for a Canadian trade mission to the Philippines during the 90s. Spearheaded by Orient 2000 Technologies, the mission focused on introducing telecommunication systems that would help in countryside banking, distance learning, telemedicine, imaging system, and others. With excellent entrepreneurial spirit, she founded Tocino Foods Incorporated, meat products made from natural ingredients. She has made several donations of her products to community and church events. A graduate of the Centro Escolar University in Manila, she also received further education in Canada, and artistic by nature, she went on to perform in many cultural events as a singer and dancer. As a community volunteer, she has devoted countless hours to various activities and once organized a group of Filipino single moms and provided them with support in availing themselves of educational funds and other benefits. Truly an inspiration to many, her story has been featured in many community and mainstream publications. Ladies and gentlemen, our first recipient of the 2013 Maharlika Award for Community Service is Haiti de Pedro Alonso.
Come on, you can do better than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next awardee graduated with a bachelor's degree in dentistry at the University of the East in 1985. She came to Canada in 1994 and successfully passed the National Dental Examining Board of Canada in 1996. In the year 1997 it was an exciting year for her as she began her general dental practice in Surrey, British Columbia. And in that same year, she went to the University of British Columbia for continuing dental education in basic and advanced orthodontics, a clinical participation course for general practitioners. She successfully completed the 4-year program. In 2003, progress was evident with the opening of a second dental office in Langley, British Columbia, and her diverse dental practice contributes to serving patients from all walks of life. All-inclusive, her successful dental practice, both in the Philippines and Canada, has made her a much sought-after dentist for 25 years. She is also active in dental missions outside Canada, and she enjoys sharing a high-quality dental care to indigent patients. In a 2-week medical dental mission held in Tarlac province in the Philippines, she led a team in performing treatments and management of chronic and acute oral infections with surgical intervention procedures for 500 patients. This awardee is also a member of the Canadian Medical Mission Society, leading the dental team as part of the comprehensive work of this non-profit organization. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives us great honor to present to you now the recipient of the 2013 Maharlika Award for Community Service, Dr. Rowena Rodenas Baldieza.
Congratulations, Doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, truly a well-recognized leader and servant not only of the Filipino community, but rather of all of her mainstream constituents. Our next awardee became in 2012 the very first Canadian of Filipino heritage to be elected as city councilor in the Yukon Territory. Her election last year to the City Council of Whitehorse, the capital of Yukon, is another landmark of her remarkable journey. Born in Quezon City and was educated in both the Philippines and in Vancouver, she graduated as valedictorian of King George Secondary School in Vancouver and was an honors graduate of Trent Business College, also in Vancouver. Our awardee began working for the Government of Canada when she was hired by the Canada Revenue Agency in 1997, and through her employment with the federal government, she has lived and worked in BC, Alberta, and the Yukon Territory. Ever since her most recent relocation to Whitehorse, upon accepting a position with the Canadian Northern Economic Development Agency, she has been active in the Filipino community, the trade union movement, and Whitehorse as a whole, championing the equality and inclusion of a rapidly growing multicultural population. She surely is proud of her Filipino heritage, which is evident in her promotion, support, and involvement with Filipino cultural events. The Yukon edition of the Philippine Asian News Today newspaper, the Pinoy New Talent Singing Idol Contest, and other volunteer activities. A British Columbian now serving the Yukon Territory, please join us in honoring with the 2013 Maharlika Award for Community Service, Ms. Jocelyn Curtiano. Jocelyn's not here tonight, but it's nice to see someone accepting the award on her behalf. Jocelyn's sister Jennifer accepting her award on her behalf. Congratulations. Our next recipient of the Community Service Award served as president of the Bayanihan Cultural and Housing Society from 2001 to 2012, a crucial period when the Bayanihan Community Center in Victoria was first established and tested for its viability. He demonstrated the skills of an astute manager that recognizes the challenges of financially sustaining a center. He is a creative fundraiser, persuasive in soliciting donations, and alert to resources that would benefit the downtown center. Within 5 years of establishing the center, its mortgage was totally paid off. With his selfless example, the center has gained recognition as a welcoming place for all, regardless of their ethnicity. For those of Philippine ancestry, it is a place where they can proudly showcase their traditions, and for the increasing number of immigrants, skilled workers, and caregivers from the Philippines, it is a place where they can find help, encouragement, and familiar surroundings. For the larger community, it is a place to worship for a weekly church service, a venue for arts and recreation, and a comfortable place to make friends. He's also a longtime director of the Victoria Filipino Canadian Association. Service is his way of life. He does not expect anything in return, whether financial or special privileges. He is fair and respectful, a trained nurse. He is sensitive to physical, emotional, and financial pressures experienced by people. And he is usually the first to offer his assistance, which many people likened him to being a parent to many in need. Ladies and gentlemen, truly among the selected few deserving the honor of nobility, we now present the 2013 Maharlika Award for Community Service and a family friend, Mr. Sid Emmanuel.
Ladies and gentlemen, what honor we are bestowing this lady tonight just makes it another feather in her cap. Her involvement with the Filipino community spans the length and breadth of Canada. She was a founding member of two multicultural organizations in St. John's, Newfoundland. And these are the Multicultural Women Organization and the Ethno-Cultural Association of Newfoundland and Labrador. In recognition of her work, she was awarded Volunteer of the Year in the City of St. John's by Mayor Shani Duff. It was in St. John's that she, her husband, and their young family first settled in the 1970s. Here in Vancouver, British Columbia, she was given an honorary volunteer award by the Canadian National Institute for the Blind. She was also recognized for teaching English to new immigrants at Century House. She and her late husband, Rudy, whom she describes as one of a kind and love of her life, were blessed with children who are all successful in their chosen careers. She is now a proud grandmother to 5-year-old Nicole and 5-month-old Eliana. A native of Santa Cruz, Laguna, she once served on the staff of Felicimo San Luis when he was a governor of the province of Laguna. Our awardee has set an exemplary example to many in the community with her dedicated service and volunteerism. She is currently a certified seniors advocate and remains active in many Filipino community organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, the honor is ours as we present the 2013 Maharlika Award for Community Service to Ms. Corazon S. Lorano. Going to great lengths just to help others, our next awardee, ladies and gentlemen, recently did the grouse grind with other alumni of the prestigious University of the Philippines to raise funds for scholarships in the Philippines. In 2012, he organized the Pedaling for Philippine Flood Victims, negotiating the stretch from Coquitlam to the Pier Park in New Westminster, and with his musical voice, he has entertained members of the Stroke Recovery Club in Coquitlam, along with other local performers. He is a member of the Glen Pine Seniors Choir, singing at senior care facilities and at community events in the Tri-City District of Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, and Port Moody. A former engineer with the Manila Electric Company, our awardee came to Canada in 1967, and in that same year, he began to work as a design engineer with BC Hydro, serving the central interior region of the province. He has remained active all these years, and in 1991 composed the centennial song, Coquitlam, My Town. He has also volunteered at the Vancouver Symphony Gift Shop, Science World, Riverview Hospital Pastoral Care, and Coquitlam Emergency Services. A proud UP graduate, he has served as board member of the University of the Philippines Alumni Association of BC for several years up to the present. He has also fundraised for local charities, and finally, being a faithful servant, he is also a charter member of the St. Clair Council of the Knights of Columbus. Ladies and gentlemen, among the Filipino community's finest, we are deeply honored to present the 2013 Maharlika Award for Community Service to Mr. Delfino Gatchalian.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one among us here tonight who has broken the glass ceiling of excellence, paving the way for many Filipinos to join the Royal Canadian Air Force. Our next recipient of the award for community service tonight is a proud native of the Cordillera region in the Philippines. She came to Canada as a live-in caregiver. Through hard work, perseverance, and determination, she rose from the ranks and became the only Filipino woman to be in charge of the telecommunications and information systems of the Canadian Air Force Base in Esquimalt, British Columbia. While working in the military, she advocated for the elimination of racial discrimination and the defense of the rights of visible minorities, including Canadian Aboriginals. She has been cited by her superiors for advancing cultural awareness to create a diverse workforce. She studied at several institutions in Quebec to become an electronic technician, and in 2009 she was also sent for further training in Connecticut. While working at the Canadian Air Force as an aerospace communications and information system technician, she is also a member of the board of the Maritime Forces Pacific Employment Equity Trades Orientation Program. Among her many awards is the Prince's Operation Entrepreneur Award, which gave her the opportunity to meet Prince Charles of England. She has also received recognition from the Government of Canada for outstanding work in the Canadian Forces Base in Esquimalt. She then retired from the Canadian Forces in 2012 and now volunteers as a member of the board of the Victoria Filipino Canadian Community Center. And she is here with us tonight, of course, to receive our honor and praise as we present the 2013 Maharlika Award for Community Service to Corporal Gina Pinangat.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the honor of being called a Maharlika will be bestowed to someone who is known to all of us, being a familiar face on television. He is a broadcast journalist for many years, and he covers sports for CTV British Columbia. He is the second son of Ben and Leila Perez, who immigrated to Canada in 1969 and have lived in Victoria since 1971. His mom is also a 2011 Maharlika awardee for community leadership. During his school years, he was a member of the Victoria Filipino-Canadian Association's Sampaguita dance group that won many awards at the Greater Victoria Music Festival. Among his career highlights as a broadcast journalist include covering the Olympics and Paralympics games in Vancouver and Whistler in 2010, the Stanley Cup run by the Vancouver Canucks in 2011, and the inaugural MLS season of the Vancouver Whitecaps. Another memorable moment was his coverage in Phoenix of Steve Nash's back-to-back NBA MVP awards. He also received an Edward R. Murrow Award for producing a profile on Nash, who was his childhood soccer and baseball teammate back in Victoria. Our awardee loves to travel and has visited over 25 countries, including, of course, the Philippines. He enjoys volunteering at various community events, including the BC Cancer Foundation's Ride to Conquer Cancer, the Kids Help Phone Walk, the Children's Wish Foundation, the JDRF Ride to Cure Diabetes, Victoria Brain Injury Society, and of course the Maharlika Awards, along with many other charity golf tournaments. Ladies and gentlemen, about time, the 2013 Maharlika Award for Community Service is now bestowed with honor to my co-host, Mr. Jason Perez. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our Filipino Maharlikas for community service. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our fourth batch of awardees will be the recipients of the 2013 Maharlika Awards for Entrepreneurial and Business Excellence. To tell us more about the value of this recognition, we'd now like to call another member of the Nomination and Selections Board, Mr. Romeo Mercado.
Galing at husay sa pangangalakal. The Maharlika category for entrepreneurial business excellence. Entrepreneurship or running your own business is truly a challenge, especially if you are in a country not of your origin. Most often, one is faced with uncalculated risk and insurmountable challenges to survive, while others require thorough feasibility studies, a considerable and significant capital, as well as the ability to manage men, machine, the market, and your money.
And our very first recipient of this Maharlika Award for this new category is the president of the UMAC Express Cargo, a cargo forwarding business that has grown and expanded to almost all the major cities of Canada and beyond. From its first office in Toronto, UMAC has expanded its services to Vancouver, Winnipeg, Calgary, and most recently Edmonton. As a testament to his business acumen, UMAC has gone beyond the borders of Canada as the company now services the Asia Pacific and Europe. He had worked as a technologist in Saudi Arabia and later migrated to Toronto. One day, while looking at balikbayan boxes and realizing there was so much love packed in each one of them, our awardee was empowered by a vision of spearheading a cargo forward business someday where Filipinos can enjoy a more affordable cost. When he decided to shift to door-to-door cargo business, it was a major career change. He enjoyed the business so much that he vowed to do it well and for the long haul. And in 2003, he and his family moved to BC for expansion, leaving Toronto to his sisters and youngest brother. For many years now, he continues to support numerous worthy causes and is a frequent contributor to various fundraising events. He has assisted, organized, and coordinated computer donation programs to public schools in the Philippines by providing space in his containers free of charge. As an active member of the Bukas Lub sa Dios, he is also involved in many worthy causes, outreach projects, fundraising for charities, donations, and other worthy endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, join us as we now honor the 2013 Maharlika Award for Entrepreneurial and Business Excellence, Mr. Larry Baguisa.
Our next recipient of the Maharlika Award, ladies and gentlemen, is the founder and president of the AJ Insurance Services. An engineer by education, he migrated to Canada in 1976 and has since made a name for himself in the Canadian life insurance industry. He began his career in 1977 as an agent with Monarch Life in Vancouver and consistently qualified to the $1 Million Roundtable, the elite organization of the top life insurance professionals in the world. Given his track record, he then established his own brokerage in 1991. As managing general agent of his own firm, he shares his passion and success to almost 200 brokers, mostly migrant Filipinos. In the company he founded 22 years ago, he is a highly respected managing general agent, recognized during the last 5 years by Industrial Alliance as its leading agency in Canada since 2008. By far, however, the greatest achievement of our awardee and his team is not soaring volume of business the company produces, but rather the financial security and peace of mind that they provide to policyholders. He has not failed to look back to his roots, and in 2011, with the help of his colleagues and family, AJ Insurance's services fulfilled its commitment to underprivileged families in the Philippines by funding the construction of 30 houses through ANCOP Canada. AJ Insurance collectively donated more than $81,000 to make that AJ Village in the Philippines a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, we take pride in presenting the 2013 Maharlika Award for Entrepreneurial and Business Excellence to Mr. Amante AJ Jyoti.
Ladies and gentlemen, The final individual Maharlika Award we will bestow with honor tonight belongs to a man who, apart from having a successful business career in insurance and financial services, is also popularly known to his family and friends as Vancouver's Neil Diamond of the Filipino community. Apart from several sales recognition he received as a career agent, he was also a consistent qualifier in the National Quality Award, the one he treasured most. In the mid-1980s, he was appointed sales manager, became one of Canada's Life's top sales managers. In the year 2000, he established his own group and became an associate general agent of the IDC World Source Insurance Network, now one of Canada's leading MGAs. Our awardee had 10 years of foreign banking experience with HSBC in Manila before migrating to Canada. He worked in TD Bank and then shifted to insurance that started his career in Canada Life. His active community involvement is a stellar example of a commitment. As a pioneer in the growing Filipino community, he held various positions in many Filipino associations. He also is an avid supporter of young athletes, having been a player himself and once Rookie of the Year awardee with the San Beda Red Lions in Manila. His community activities also include being a host, MC, and entertainer in various events. He likewise held various positions in the school system and the church. He also co-founded the Filipino-Canadian Cultural and Community Services Society and served as the chairperson of the Philippine Service Club. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored tonight to be able to present the 2013 Maharlika Award for Entrepreneurial and Business Excellence to Mr. Manuel C. Yatco. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me with a big welcome, Dr. Dan Vargas.
The last but not the least of the group. The Maharlika category for outstanding Filipino associations are Buklod, Pagkakaisa, at Lakas ng Samahang Pilipino. With more than 150 Filipino associations here in British Columbia, we all do, in one way or another, love to belong. Our inherent virtues of love for family, camaraderie, and sincere fellowships are traits that we will always treasure as a people, characteristics that will always define our culture and will always be our significant contribution to help develop a great Canadian society.
Thank you, Dr. Dan Vargas. This next award belongs to an association which was conceived in 1987 and became a pillar of strength of the community on Vancouver Island. It has served as a platform on which caregivers and skilled workers stand tall with pride, looking out for their interests as it employs them on the road to a bright future, where steadfast and loyal work, continuing self-improvement, pride in one's heritage, and prudent financial management are rewarded. This great association has sponsored programs and activities designed to provide members with genuine camaraderie, a place to go and enjoy familiar foods and activities, and an opportunity to learn and receive assistance in time of need. Because caregivers and skilled workers have enormous talents and skills, this association gives its members opportunities to organize and make a positive contribution to the community. It played a key role in realizing the community's dream to have a community center in Victoria. This association was the first step up to the plate with a donation to the Bayanean Cultural and Housing Society when the latter was established. The association again made a generous contribution for the purchase of the property for the Bayanean Community Center in 2001. Currently led by its president, Ms. Annette Beach, and members of its board for 2013 to 2015. Yes, the association is represented on the executive board of the Bayanean Cultural and Housing Society and the Victoria Filipino-Canadian Association. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2013 Maharlika Award for Outstanding Filipino Association is hereby presented with great honor to the officers and members of the Victoria Filipino-Canadian Caregivers Association.
One characteristic of the members of this outstanding Filipino association is their value of looking back to trace and honor their roots. This organization holds its biggest annual event called Oktoberfest Dinner and Dance to raise money for medical missions in the Philippines, especially in the province of Negros Occidental. The association provides medicines and vitamins, food supplements, and shoulder costs of consultations for those who could not afford medical care. Numerous contributions have been rendered by this association, from hosting a Christmas party of rugby-addicted kids in Bacolod City, helping fire and flood victims, and as well as providing water pumps to needy barangays. Here in British Columbia, the association holds beauty pageants to select its representatives in pageants in Canada and the Philippines. Members also hold talent shows for family and friends, and they also participate in many Filipino community events, like joining parades and performing dances, as well as supporting people who are living with cancer. A duly licensed and registered entity, this organization fosters relationship and friendship amongst its members, as they hold several meetings a year to get together, enjoy each other's company, speak their beautiful Hiligaynon dialect, reminisce the old days in Negros, and share their stories here in Canada. So ladies and gentlemen, join us with pride and honor in your hearts as we present the 2013 Maharlika Award for Outstanding Filipino Association to the officers and members of the Negrenses Association of British Columbia. our Maharlikas for Outstanding Filipino Associations.
Congratulations. Wow, we made it through. Congratulations to all the awardees tonight. At this point, I'd like to call now to deliver the closing remarks and give us some announcements of forthcoming events and activities in the Filipino community, FCCHS Vice President and also the President of the Barangay North Vancouver, the Filipino Community Center, Kuya Alvin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. On behalf of the Filipino-Canadian Cultural Heritage Society of British Columbia, we would like to thank all of you who have attended tonight. We would like to congratulate all the individual and the group awardees of the 2013 Maharlika Awards. Mga kaibigan, every year, there is just one objective why we do the Maharlika. For so many years, these people have contributed their time, their effort, their sacrifices, even time of their families, just to serve our community. Every year, these people have not been recognized for all their efforts. We thought that this event would propel us into being able to see them as leaders. Salamat po, Conjen. We would like to thank also Ms. Pamela Martin. A while ago, Ms. Pamela Martin was asking me how long will the ceremony be. And I told her, Ma'am, the ceremony is the best ceremony that we have in the Filipino community. We hope that you could stay. And here she is, still with us. I'd like to thank the members of the Maharlika 2013 Nominations and Selections Board. And as I call them, I'd like to invite them here on stage for a very quick photo opportunity. We will have this very closely. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to, of course, we have now the chairman, Mr. Rod Bilyasa, with us. I'd like to call the other members of the Maharlika Nominations and Selection Board. Please welcome Mr. Romy Mercado. Romy, can you join us, please? We have Ms. Tonette Gatos. She's gone. We have Ms. Oh, she's there. Okay, we have Ms. Salve Dayaw. Ms. Elena Agala will not be able or is not able to come here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to acknowledge also the presence of the acting mayor of New Westminster, Councilor Bill Harper. Thank you very much for coming. And of course, our major sponsors, Scotiabank. Can we have a photo opportunity with our Consul General, our guest of honor and speaker? The board, Pam, can you join us, please? Palakpakan din natin. Why don't we give a big round of applause to our sound director, Mr. Roy Oquendo, and his staff. We would like to thank also all the photographers that we have tonight. People who have been serving our community na hindi naman natin nabibigyan ng masyadong honor. Ladies and gentlemen, marami pong salamat. Thank you very much. Hanggang sa muling Maharlika 2014.
And a special shout out to my co-MC, Rhea.
Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations once again to all of our special awards recipients. Thank you so much to everyone who came to join us, and have a wonderful evening.